What's up, guys? Today I'm here to talk about how to not go out every night, right? If you're a digital nomad, if you're traveling around, the draw to be going out all the time, every night is there. If you let yourself get carried away, you will go out every single night, right? Somebody's birthday is always going to be happening. Somebody's last day, first day. Everybody's always going to have an excuse to draw you in and get you to come out. And so here's how, for me, I've been able to travel around and do all kinds of cool things, but also not end up in that inevitable draw of going out every night. And so if you haven't seen my last video where I talk about, being clear on, is this vacation or is this travel? You should go watch it. Click here, above somewhere. I don't know where I'll be. I think it's super important to have this cleared up before you go to a place. Like, am I treating this as vacation? Am I gonna enjoy myself to the max, or am I treating this as travel and I have other things that I need to focus on? I need to work, I need to train, I need to get things done, right? And so having your priorities clear makes it way easier to say no, right? If you know that on the calendar tomorrow is a meeting at 8 a.m., right? You're not gonna go out. It's way easier to say no because you're like, I got a meeting, I got class, I can't do it, right? Or if you do go out, you'll be like, I'm gonna drink less, right? I'm gonna have 2 drinks instead of 5. Big pro tip, go out sober. Going out sober is super easy, and it's really easy to enjoy yourself and not drink at all. I do this all the time here in Puerto. I will go out, quickly sober, hang out, dance, have a good time, and then go back. And it lets me go to sleep at 2 in the morning and wake up at 8 and continue my day. A little bit short on sleep, but not the end of the world, right? So if you really do want to go out that night for whatever reason, I encourage you to do it while being sober. It's super important to have, especially when it's like a travel scenario, you're gonna be there a little longer, right? Even though your desire is to see the place, your priority is work, right? And having that clear makes it much easier to stay on top of things. Like I was saying, for a majority of people, you might be doing this digital nomad thing. You might hang out with some people who do digital nomad type stuff, right? But not everybody is. So not everybody you meet is gonna understand that you have work tomorrow, right? Or that you have a meeting at whatever time, right? For most people, when they go on vacation, it's a complete disconnect. Like, they are cut off from work. They are not opening the computer. They are not responding to messages, right? If you're kind of doing your own thing, being a digital nomad, hanging out, that's not always the case, right? Especially if you're like an entrepreneur and you're doing your own thing, right? And so they come on vacation and they see you there hanging out and kind of working on your laptop or whatever, right? And people don't get that this is your everyday life, right? They're here for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, right? And they are treating it as a vacation, right? You, on the other hand, doing the digital nomad thing, you can't do it, right? And especially if you are in really touristy places or beach towns, you will be surrounded all day, every day by people who came to hang out on the beach and drink, right? Remember, you have all the time in the world to hang out on the beach and see everything. You're not in any rush, right? It's the perk of digital nomad. Right, to a lot of people, this is going to be a crazy thing to process because they have work and play so divided, right? But one of the things I enjoy is the fact that I can kind of mix it up, right? I can have 3 hours of class and I can go surf, right? I can have work in the afternoon and then go to a boxing class or yoga class or whatever it is, right? Whereas for most people, it's like 9 to 5, clocked out. I got my 2 or 3 weeks of vacation. During that time, I don't do anything, right? And that's when they go and travel and see things, enjoy themselves. You don't have to either. Of course, if you're in vacation mode, if you're there for a few days, you're there for a week, you've got the time off, go out, enjoy yourself, right? But remember, if your primary purpose is to work, you gotta stay focused on that, right? Because somebody is always gonna have an excuse to go out. It's my first night, last night, I've been here 3 weeks, I'm never going back. Whatever the reason is, somebody's always gonna have a reason to go out, right? There'll always be an event. But then again, don't feel bad. If you don't go out tonight, you can go out tomorrow night or the night after. There's always going to be an event. There's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a festival. There's always going to be a whatever, right? Part of the perk of doing digital nomad stuff is I can decide. I don't have to go out every night. You just have so much more freedom over your life, right? Right on. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to click here somewhere for my latest video where I talk about the defining vacation versus travel thing, right? And be on the lookout for future videos on how to design your week to get the most out of it and be the most productive you can be while being a digital nomad.